Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Kyrian, and today I want to talk to you today about Fury Warrior. It is completely unstoppable, huge damage, huge healing, probably the best healing and damage in the game as far as DPS specs, maybe except for Ret Pally. Because Ret Pally still healed for a lot with 30k, 30k Word of Glories, but we stopped that with 40% Mortal Strike. If you're running Signet, this is kind of just the build you're going to run, because you're stacking all haste. Now I'm greedy. I stacked the minimum at 20% haste. I feel it's minimum, maybe 22, maybe 23. So with Fury, I stacked more mastery, so my damage is, I would say, pretty wild. I get about 35, 40k crits on Raging Blow. And this is with Plague Divisor Mirrorleth. I would say for one-shot mean builds with Dragon Roar and Fresh Meat, this would be the way to run with this. It increases the intimidating shot, how much it can stand on damage. So you like Bloodthirst, you run back, you pop all your cooldowns, you're enraged, and I would do that with a full mastery crit build for Fury, so you're just one-shotting people in the opener. And people can't respond because you can crit for like 50k with both charge and everything else, especially with charge. Oh my god, does charge with Warbringer hit hard. But for the most part, I would say this and this for Mallet are very strong. Fury is very good with this 10% movement speed, especially since you have the foresight, so you're always generating recklessness. That kind of, in my opinion, loses value because it only extends at 4 seconds. It's good, but it's also, but you can always proc it. And since Banner lasts longer and Recklessness can proc another thing of Recklessness, it's very, very, very strong going forward. I kind of have to move this up here. It's really kind of good. It's kind of conduits you're gonna run. I would say if they're not gonna train you, I would go into this like Piercing Howl. Having that on a 20-second cooldown, very, very strong. Especially if you don't want to waste the rage on Hamstring for a second, so you can keep that 40% up. I feel like that's kind of getting raged to use Rampages quite a bit. This is the other soulbind you can go. I would only run this versus BM Hunters, especially in 2s like Priest and everything else, with a Heroic Throw macro on the other target you're not hitting to keep up Culver's Eye. This Mirrored Bone or Gemstone increases your crit by 18%. Lasts for 10 seconds. May only occur every 60. Really, really strong, especially in 3s. It's a very nasty damage. And Culver's Eye gives you an absolute apish amount of mastery. It maxes my mastery out. I hit DR mastery with Plagueleth Divisor, so if I go ahead and activate him. Let's see, I'm at 38. Now I'm at 59. Pop Banner, I'm at 50 or 73. So very, very, very strong. Versus Cleave, so like DK, Unholy DK, Demo Lock, BM Hunter. Those are 3 specs I'd run that into. But for the most part, you're always going to be running Plague, Marilith. That's the safest bet if you want the longer rec duration, which will give you more damage, just a little bit, not much. I feel like personally, I feel like this is better because once you socket all your pieces and you use the socket to increase your speed by 13 with Fury, you can actually move around like 120% faster, I think, which is actually pretty good. So let's see. For talents, stack as much haste. Once you have haste, once you feel like you have enough, personally, haste is best. I make sure I have 20. That way I can keep up that 8 stacks of Slaughterhouse. That's my way of doing things. And since I'm generally the kill target, I'm going to be generating more rage because I'm getting hit. So I don't mind stacking more mastery for more damage. Or even just intervening, you're going to generate more rage from being hit. This is kind of the cookie cutter build. If you're on Exignet, this is what you're almost always going to run. For Deathmaker, you can change it between Bladestorm and Meat Cleaver, depending on the comp. Again, so with Hymir versus MLP, Bounding Stride, Massacre, Blood Rage, and Wallbringer to do absolutely huge damage on the mage. I mean, you open up 10k charge, you know, say he just blinked again, I gotta proc my thing, 10k, you know, so it's about 50k of damage right back into his face in the first second that you're seeing him. So, huge down, absolutely disgusting amount of damage. The reason I say Bounding Stride is because it's a great way to get away from Warlock, to get away from the Warlock and the cooldowns. So let's say if that catapult right there is a pillar, well, this is more probably like it. I'm hitting Warlock over here, or the mage. He's blinking around. The Warlock wants to coil. I throw a quick away with Bladestorm. Bounding Stride increases my speed, gives me a good way to wait. 30 seconds really isn't that long. I fleshcraft back up to full. I'm relatively decent health. You know, mage pushes in. We can hit the mage back because especially if he's running the thing, he doesn't want to wait. He wants to pop. He wants to blink back. He might use blink offensively. In which case, he might not have blink, and then you can use your other cooldowns to start pushing him. You know, to start doing damage to him. So it's kind of like, well, if you're able to do that amount of damage to mage, you're also going to be doing an insane amount of damage for the most part. So you can, so if he uses blink offensively, which is a really bad thing to do against Spirit Warrior, I feel like you can just keep the pressure rolling on that mage endlessly. You know, he blinks again. 2-minute cooldown on the banner really isn't that long, especially because of your 2 set and your 4 set and your legendary. I feel like you have it pretty endlessly. And again, you know, you leap away. Oh, that was kind of a weird leap, but regardless, you get what I'm saying. You see how far I just ran with leap. Of course, if it was really that case, I could run about all the way to that camp tent over there with Bounding Stride and Bladestorm, and then I'm immune to every CC in the game. I can't be stopped. You could do kind of the same thing versus Unholy DK, but I wouldn't run Bounding Stride. It's better to run the damage mitigation. But there's the build for you guys. There's 2 builds, 3 builds you can kind of run. Always run Warbringer double time against mages. You can destroy Bounding Stride defensively. Considering you're going to be spamming CC, I feel like you should spam CC on the Warlock. Doesn't really matter what the Holy Priest is doing too much, because you're going to be trying to counteract their burst with your burst, or running away. I feel like running away is better. So again, Bladestorm away. I can totally cross the map with Bladestorm, and that's how far I get. So then the mage has to double blink if they want to keep doing damage. If they feel like that, if that mage feels like he can get the kill, he can blink into me, and my partner can run away as well. With like, you know, if I'm playing with like Unholy or Frost DK, he can AMS, or even just, you know, Wraith walk away and he's fine. And Death's advance. So he can't be knocked back, he can't, nothing at all. He's completely fine. We can run away from the MLP that will completely global one of us in a single GCD. So there you guys go. There's kind of some builds for you. Of course, mine, Cookie could, you know, if you're running Deathmaker, you can kind of swap in between Meat Cleaver and Bladestorm. Signet, always Bladestorm. You know the drill. So there you guys go. Anyway, you guys enjoy and have a good one. Alright, bye now.